what key output you want to take with you today?
So, Quad is a very important grouping, especially from the lenses of India. My area specialization is China studies, and despite the fact that it's never been officially said, we know that the focus is on increasing aggression from China. So, given that fact, that it'll be interesting to hear about what exactly was discussed in the foreign ministers' meeting. What's the Quad shaping up to be like? What's there in the agenda for the next meeting, and so on. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
And you think what Quad is doing the greatest thing to counter the China or balance the China aggression for this?
I think the fact that it's also being an alternative services provider in the form of vaccines or in the form of, I see a frown on your face, so I'm not really sure what that means, but in the form of vaccines, there's been a lot of vaccine diplomacy from the Quad countries in the past. There are lots of educational tie-ups, etc. So provision of services should not be concentrated by any particular great power. So that is something which the Quad is also exemplifying. And these sorts of things in the form of support, in the form of vaccines or in the form of education are the things which are actually meant to create changes for humans and for people.
So what do you think about the trade? So trade balance is also a major thing in Quad or China. So what do you think how trade is balanced from China and from the Quad itself?
I'm not sure I understand your question clearly, but well, China is the second largest economy of the world and it engages in a lot of illiberal trade. All the four countries in the Quad have been at the receiving end of such illiberal trade practices. Recently, you might have seen that China is putting a lot of embargoes on the export of magnets or of rare earth materials. So these four countries, are important poles in the existing international order. Also, they are big players in terms of trade. So discussions, when they happen at the Quad meetings, in terms of where could we leverage particular countries' comparative advantages, I think that's a way forward. Every country in the world is grappling right now, given a lot of tariff threats from the US, weaponization of trade from China, but these two are not the only countries in the world. This particular grouping shows that beyond these two powers as well, there are other important players, and groupings of like-minded partners can be important.